Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is our Friday crypto and cocktails edition, also coffee, tea, whatever floats your boat. Actually, today I have a Forbes mug and it's a tea. I know it's not my usual, mango, pineapple, vodka on the rocks with a splash of soda. Okay. No, today is a tea day because I am laser focused and also I'm on a fitness run right now. And I just started a 90-day challenge of my own, which we will be starting in the Hive group as well, because we're not just traders, we're also people who like to crush goals. And I know there's been a lot of demand for that in the group. So we are going to, take you guys along for the ride, those of you who want to come. And shout out to all the real ones who are tuning in each and every time we drop these lives. Because if you did, congratulations, you'd be really, really sitting pretty right now, as we got on here and Rob literally called out last week that something was looking different with altcoins, while everybody else on X was talking about how it was doom and gloom. It was all fear. It was all FUD. Bitcoin was going down lower. The altcoins were going to obliterate into nothingness. And Rob was saying, actually, guys, something is looking different here. Now, on this channel and on these lives particularly, we like to focus on the charts and tune out the noise and focus on that signal, right? So Rob was saying, when he was just talking about how something looks different with these altcoins, he showed us an altcoin heat map. We were looking at others dominance, the others chart, a lot of different charts that he was able to say, hey, there's something shifting here. And what do you know? Today we had a massive ride on some of those tokens, nice pumps, lots of wins in the Hive, guys. So if you're in the group and you got to profit off all of this, congratulations to you. You're really sitting pretty right now. So actually one setup that Rob just posted, literally within minutes, popped off, I would say about 20% in the last hour even. So I don't know if that was you guys in the Hive, you Hivers, but might have been, because that coin took off and Rob, had barely just posted it. So you can't get those kind of gems if you're not in the group. And if you're not in the group, I don't know why you're not, because it's still free. And it's not going to be free much longer, and not many groups do this. So the link's in the description below. I actually linked directly to our verification bot. So you go straight to the bot. You'll hit start on the top right. You'll sign up for BYDFI, copy and paste your user ID, hit verify after you copy and paste it, and you're in. And not only that, you get a $100 bonus for free for any deposit, $5, $10. And you get to start trading. So that's your trading tuition. It is very exciting. And I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face, because it is such an opportunity. And if you're in the group, not only do you get amazing call outs, but you get this amazing camaraderie. Everybody working together is what makes the beehive great, right? What makes that sweet, sweet honey. And that's what we're doing here. And it's really special. So cheers to everybody tuning in. Let me know you're tuning in from what you're drinking. While you do that, I'm actually going to go through some of these wins because they're pretty astounding, guys. So let's just go through some of them. Let me remove the video. Sorry about that. All right, so that's me. Actually, I caught the H-bar train. Rob called a really great H-bar train. So many people in the group with amazing gains. Shout out to this Hiver. Then we got one on Mon, 185%, 52% Mon, okay? Deep just took off, and Rob definitely nailed that one before, and that was a great call. Another 56%. So we've got a lot of wins in the group. Actually, there's one I want to show you. I'll show you when Rob jumps on. But just some phenomenal gains, guys. And so if you're not in the group, I don't know what you're doing, because this group is just literally, we're just winning. Actually, one of our members just put #winning in there because she was so excited about everything that's going on. Do want to have one more special shout out to this member in particular who absolutely crushed it. And that is a Bitcoin 200x short. Okay, guys, 200x short for 1,271%. So we're doing big things in the group, and we're helping people learn how to manage risk, how to get into the best setups, how to trade. We actually just posted a 50-page PDF manual. I want you guys to print that out, put it in a book, put it on your desk, on your dresser, next to your bed, whatever you have to do. Go through that thing and read it and memorize it, okay? And have it there as your guide. Also, we have about 17 videos in a beginner's trading group course that you can start getting familiar with trading, or just hone in on your skills or brush up if you're an intermediate trader, and get ready for a masterclass that is about to launch at the end of the month. And we'll have a special first access sale coming right around Rob's birthday, probably in about 10 days. And for those of you who are already in the course, we have a very special gift and offer for you as being a part of our early supporters. So you've got to get in the group before we, decide who's already in the group, if you know what I mean. So on that note, guys, I'm going to bring up Rob and let's talk about what's happening with Bitcoin and altcoins. How's it going, Rob?
Oh, it's going wonderful. We got finally getting some pumps, getting a little more exciting. I think trading bullish is a lot better than trading bearish, but hey, we trade the charts no matter what they give, and we make money both directions.
That's right. In fact, you did call out in our group, guys, it's time to close your shorts. It's looking like altcoins are getting ready to pump, and that, in fact, indeed did happen. And so we flipped long, and we got a lot of gains in the group. It's been really, really fun the past day and a half.
Oh yeah, we definitely called out some of the strong ones out there. One of them, what is that? MON. We've been riding that one there. Been going very strong. We got early on some other tokens, and we closed up our shorts just right in the nick of time. Like it was like legitly, basically, we got the local bottom on the on closing the shorts, which is very great. So we've been waiting for our signal to start going long. The charts were showing something that was kind of different. There was no confirmations just yet, so we're just stepping our toes in slowly, getting some, looking for some of the strong tokens, which we nailed. And now it's like, all right, we might be getting some more confirmation here, so we're gonna be looking at more long trades. So you just trade the charts as they go. It looks like we could be getting some sort of reversal. If we are, awesome. We get to trade long for a little while until it reverses again.
Right. Key thing that Rob is saying here is until it reverses again, because it's so funny how crypto X, crypto Twitter flips on the drop of the dime. And now people are saying that they think that the low is in or close, both time wise and price wise. And I see a lot of people saying, that this bear market seems like it's pretty much over, which to me signals that probably maybe it's not. And also the charts and history says that we've still got some time left to go. In fact, quite a bit of time in crypto world, but not in traditional finance world, potentially until end of the year. So we will get some bounces, some relief rallies, and that seems to be what's starting now. And we'll ride those waves until, we've got to flip short again, right?
Yep. I mean, we've been talking about a sucker. I think we did a nice, good explanation on a potential suckers rally. We were hoping for one more low to come in, but it looks like we're not getting that as of right now. It's looking like we're not getting that low, which is perfectly fine. That's why we closed up shorts. And I was kind of like, if we get another low, awesome. We're in a great position on longs for a swing long. But if not, we trade our signals. We start getting our signals. We trade long. So we started getting our signals and we started opening long. So this might be the start of the suckers rally. And by the time people, I think we explained in that video, by the time it starts, people are like, no, we need to see this happen. No, we need to see this level break. We need to see this. We need to see this. Then by the time, like, all right, we're back in a bull market. Boom, that suckers rally's over. Suckers everybody back in. Shorts are blown. They're squeezed, and they flip long, and they get up in a little bit of profits and longs, and it dies over. I think we did. I think a couple of videos ago we talked about that in depth, and I just did it. I did a whole story mode, and right now it looks like we're starting that relief rally finally.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get some really nice longs. We already have. In fact, I just told everybody about the chart you just posted in the group right before it popped. And, you're getting those setups if you're in the group. Obviously, we can't do that in YouTube in real time, but it's really exciting. Jeannie, what's up? Shout out to you, crushing it as well. Guys, I just wanted to tell you too, I think I got shadow banned on X because I put dead in the title a couple of days ago. I put dead cat bounce. That's sort of my theory. So you could really help me out by liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell. But if you're on X, please share the stream, comment, do whatever you can do, because we're not getting out to our normal users. And in fact, it's actually not posting the recordings anymore. So yeah, if you could help out with that, that would be absolutely great. And I will definitely not put dead cat bounce in any of my YouTubes ever again. But in that being said, Rob, I don't know. I think things are playing out pretty nicely and pretty interestingly after the last updates about the altcoins, and it'd be great to jump into the charts and see what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So right now, I already have pulled up. This is one of the charts that was on our giveaways that we're looking at. This is the altcoins versus Bitcoin heat map right here. And we were paying attention to this chart for a while. Once we started breaking out this breakout level, which I don't make these levels up. This is just the chart itself. And when you go above this blue line, that's the breakout level. And typically on every bull market, you get up to these levels here, and this is where you want to start taking profit. When you get to the yellow and the reds, is basically like, hey, you better get out. We're basically at the end of the run. And this whole bull market, the whole last bull market that we were in with Bitcoin, we had this kind of like breakout and then fake out. So we're back up to this breakout level and we're moving on it. And this is a weekly chart as well too. So we need the weekly close above here. Do we come back down, retest it, and go up? I have no idea. But this is going to be a very key fact. This is one of our giveaways that we had in the group that we also talked on here on YouTube, that's saying, hey, we better watch out on altcoins right now. Like we were this whole time we were going up here, the altcoins were still falling, but so was Bitcoin. And just Bitcoin was falling just as hard or harder than altcoins is what this was telling you. So, but this was giving me and they're telling me like, hey, something's different. Altcoins aren't dropping faster than Bitcoin. So that made me kind of concerned on my shorts. I was keeping a lot more tighter risk management, still playing my shorts because my signals were still staying short, but I wasn't as but I was a lot more risk management aware wise of I better keep my stops tight and be ready to flip at any time. And we kind of nailed it perfectly in group surprise or from the signals from what they told us. Now,
right, yeah. So, and you were the only one I saw talking about this. I'm telling you, I'm on X all day. I do this every single day for a living, and I'm doing a lot of research, and I didn't see any of this. So, guys, like, we do pride ourselves in trying to get you quality information that will help you win, right? Not just calling things out at the top or once they've already started to pump. That will really help you, catch those moves and continue to crush it with us. So, shout out to you, Rob, for that really great analysis.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to be an echo chamber and just say what everybody else is saying. I like looking through the eyes. I like looking at the charts myself and looking at what the charts are telling me and using the signals and just look at the facts in the charts and what they say. So this was another one too that we went over here a few times that was very surprising me. This is others.d. So this isn't others, the market cap. This is the dominance of it. As everything was falling, this was going up as well too. So this kind of confirms what was going on with the heat map here. As we broke the 1-day SMA 200 and we came back down, retested. The whole time that we were going down on alts and Bitcoin, this was going up, telling me that alts are stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. So that was another thing that was kind of different that I've never seen happen before. So I was like, all right, we better pay attention. This was another key signal to pay attention. So these are all things that we went over on here, all things that we posted in group. Then we also had the state. I'm gonna do that in a different chart. And then, but here's another thing too. Like I need to go into my other settings. Sorry. Let me go ahead and flip over that. So let's look at others just by itself. So this is the crazy part on others just by itself. So I was zooming out weekly on it. And you can see like on the weekly time frame here that we have kind of basically broken down this head and shoulders pattern. That's kind of bearish. So, but what most people don't realize is this is a market cap thing, and just coming up for a bearish retest or getting a bearish boss, going up to the bearish boss, that could be a giant move in alt. So that is there playing out into an idea that we are having some sort of suckers rally. How high do we go on this one? I've been kind of getting an idea of it, but we're going to be paying attention to this chart or on this chart right here to see where we go. If we go all the way up, so say I take up this green line here, we get all the way up to the top of this trend line, which I connected these dots right here where the neckline's kind of at. We go all the way up to there. We kind of just, we start wicking up there and go steady. That means a lot of money are flowing into alts as this is coming up to bearish retest, which is also giving me the idea that we are in a bear market rally, and this is coming up to bearishly retest a neckline. So that's like another reason why I was kind of flipping long. You don't want to flip long at the bottom of the trend line. You want to flip long toward or short down here. When this comes up and bearish retest will be the best optimal time to close up longs, then start looking for signals for shorts. Now, if this bear traps, we might be in a good alt ride. So we have to pay attention to that as well too. Because again, just because it's going into a potential bearish retest doesn't mean it confirms we could have a bear trap. So you also got to pay attention to that as well too.
Right. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin's going to make a run. It just, because this is total crypto market cap, it could just mean that maybe altcoins are going to run, or are we going to see both run if that happens?
Oh, this is others. This is not including the top 10 cryptos.
Okay, so this is others. Yeah.
Yeah, this is small cap cryptos.
Right.
This is small cap cryptos. This is excluding all of the thing. Everything in the top 10 is not included on this.
Right.
So,
okay. So this is like the Russell 2000.
Yep, this is like the Russell 2000 basically for crypto. So this is something to basically pay attention to in my eyes.
Right, which is interesting. I don't see this chart put out there that much either. Guys, I forgot to go over the news, but I think this is a really important point. Today, inflation came in lower than expected. It was expected to be 2.5%. It came into 2.4%. And everybody's like, that's why it's rallying. Now we're going to the moon. We're flipping around. They're going to lower rates. The pressure's off. But I just can't help but feel, you having seen these signs before this announcement came out, how much of that is news related and how much of that is just like what the charts were showing?
Yeah, I mean, I think they say, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. So people are taking it as bullish, but again, we have a lot to prove in the market to sit there and say bull market on. We have a lot to do that. But I'm a believer that we have bear market rallies because there's a reason, there's a name for it, because they happen. So you got to be ready for them. So this
And
is another.
I've been seeing real quick, Rob. I've been seeing people compare altcoins to like gold and fractals of altcoins compared to gold. But is that really realistic given the different sizes of the market cap? Because I've also seen charts comparing, Nvidia and Google to Bitcoin, and they're completely different asset classes with different market caps. Like, how well do you think those kind of things hold up?
I think it's looking for hope. I think the people that are doing that are probably buried underneath. They bought extremely high, and in order for them to even get out break even, they're going to need a extreme rally of like 500x, or if they're not able to DCA down, they're going to need extreme rallies in order to get out at break even. So I believe, in my opinion, that's looking for hope, and I don't like looking for hope. I like looking for facts.
Right. And there's always some silver linings, and sometimes there's bullish and bearish clues in the charts. But yeah, it just, to me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to compare assets that are completely different in market cap and move completely differently. But I will say the Bitcoin versus gold chart is interesting, and it seems to be an all-time low for Bitcoin anyway. But that's for another episode, guys. That's pretty much the only telling news that came out. Also, a big focus on Hyperliquid is profiting more than Coinbase. A lot of Coinbase FUD lately. Will we be transitioning toward something that's more decentralized like Hyperliquid, something that the users love? So if you're a long-term holder out there and you're looking for stuff to keep your eye on, I would keep your, for me, this next cycle, and I've been talking to many different very big tier one companies. Okay, I've had meetings this week, and the focus is shifting from hype and smoke and mirrors to revenue models. And the tokens that I see that are going to win are ones that are creating real use cases that bring in revenue and or help people's lives be better or easier. What technology was made for, right? So that, as I'm just going to put this out there as a long-term investor, is sort of like some of the things that I'm looking for. So when I saw that about hype, I thought that was really interesting. A lot of people pour a ton of money into Coinbase stock, but Hyperliquid is already more profitable, or right now it's more profitable. So just something to keep in mind, okay? And then as far as, we still got the trading, tariffs around the world and tensions there. And just the same stuff is going on and on. They're using it as negotiations. And meanwhile, what I want to stress to you guys is, if you're underwater on positions, you're looking to reposition, or you want to know what's happening, I would really take note of what Rob says in these episodes, because it's going to help you form a better opinion, not a biased opinion, but just one based on facts. And then you'll be able to react better. You'll be able to prepare better, both for the bull and the bear. And you know what? Let's freaking go. Let's seize the day on this bear market and take advantage of every single opportunity we have that we didn't think we might get, right? Because if we thought we were going into super cycle, here we are now. And instead of just remaining in max fear, let's make a plan. All right, let's make a plan. Amanim, what's up to you? Good afternoon. You're just tuning in right for the juicy stuff. Rob is about to go over a really cool chart. So Rob, back to you.
All right, so this is the crypto stable coins dominance chart. So this includes, like, I think, like the top 5 stable coins here. And we were watching this here. We were looking for a reject. So we started watching it over here again, and we were looking for a rejection from this retracement here. And we did get rejected. We came back up, and we have bearish divergence here when we got rejected from this level here. I think we were watching the 4-hour chart, or maybe it was the 1-hour chart. I can't remember. I posted in group. So this was something that was updated in group. Yeah, it was the 1-hour chart, because there was a bearish OB, and I was looking to get rejected from here, and we got rejected from it twice. Now, this was a very good thing, because now that I'm kind of looking at this as I'm looking at it now, it was kind of looking like around the bottom. We're kind of going up. And we didn't want to break out from the bulls did not want to break out from this level. And the bulls wanted a rejection from this level, which we got. And we got at the perfect fib levels, the 702 and the 786, which is normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this right here. And what we're looking at now, when you're sitting there zooming out at it, which is what's kind of telling me, is we have a potential, which is going with the showing us signals the rally may continue here for a little longer. Now, that looks like a lower high to me right now. So that is a very, very good thing for if you're trading bull or longs. So right now, what we're basically going to be looking for now on this one here is to lose the 1-day SMA 9. We haven't lost that just yet. We are still above it, but we might play dancing queen on it just a little bit. But with that being said, we're in the 4-hour chart. We have a bearish change of character now on this swing up. So that's telling us that, hey, we potentially have a lower high. And what comes after a lower high, even if we come up to here, we fill up this fair value gap or order block, we would be looking for a lower low right here. And that would be that would make sense with us getting a nice rally in the altcoin market. So that is like kind of a bullish idea, but I'm also going to show, well, to go with the same thesis that this is only a bear market rally. Let's go ahead and we're going to get parallel channels. We can go ahead and take a parallel channel right here, and we'll connect it down to the bottom here. And when we get down to this bottom part of this channel right here, we could be looking for a up to here, and this could print a bull flag or something like that one here, which could signal that we're still in the bear market, but we're just preparing for our next leg down in this flag right here.
Wow, that's so interesting. Guys, map this out on your own chart. There's a link to TradingView down below. You got to get TradingView if you want to be serious about charting, and they're doing a phenomenal sale right now, 70% on the premium for a year-long subscription. So check that out, and you can go ahead and map that out. I mean, that is an incredible blueprint for what's going to happen. Sometimes in order to nail your longs and your shorts, you've got to zoom out like this and understand the entire picture. Is this a good atmosphere to start longing? Well, things are different. We've got this potential confluence. Alts aren't being hit as hard. So there's so many things to tell you. So this is going to make you such a better trader because you can understand what the narrative is and what the current trend is on more micro scale by zooming out. And this is super cool. So make sure you map this out on your charts, right? This is a stablecoin dominance. And that is something we've been looking at all along as well, which has really helped us understand the flow of money right now. So yeah, altcoins, that's the title of this whole YouTube show today, is mini altcoin season within a bear market. Could we be getting that? Well, this could potentially show us that. And this is not really a time-based thing, right? Like there's no way for us to gauge how long it might take to bounce. Or, I mean, I just see people saying, the bear market's over. It's we're in the last leg. We're in the last month. The timing wise, we're near the bottom. History does not say that. So now that we've confirmed it, I mean, history says elsewise. So if we did something different, then fine, but oftentimes it rhymes. And what the charts have shown that Rob has mapped out is that we might have quite a little bit longer this year to go through this, right?
Yep. I mean, typical cycles. Yeah. I mean, we have till November, December, January, somewhere in that area that the bear market goes on to. But again, like that doesn't mean that there's not bear market rallies, which is very bullish, and you can make a lot of gains on them. And this is going to help you kind of map that out. Because say this does make a nice trend like this. Say we do kind of a nice mixed trend like this. I mean, this could be a very nice trend to trade. If we come back down all the way to here and we bounce back up, and if we start making a trend like this and just stay in a trend, that would be very, very, like, I'm going to sit there and say as a trader would be really awesome, because that would be just really easy to trade. Because you sit there and just watch this chart. If we start making this a falling channel on here, that would just make it really easy to trade, to be honest. Because at the top trend line here, you close longs, you open up shorts. At the bottom trend line here, you close long, or am I saying it the right way? You close.
Yeah, it's inverse, yeah.
You want to open shorts up down here, and you want to open longs up here. So it just makes it really simple to trade and very easy. And again, a trend is your friend till the end. Now, this isn't a confirmed trend just yet. I'm using parallel channels, and how you can sometimes start. I call it predictive analysis here, is you connect these two parts right here. It's not me making up a trend line on the bottom. It's me saying, hey, here's one touch. Now we have we basically can confirm a pivot right here, and we are putting a trend line there, and we're going to go down to our bottom pivot, and we're going to connect it right there. So we're going to say it's going to stay kind of parallel here. Now, does that work out? We have no idea. Time will tell, but it's an idea to sit there and kind of play in there as well too, which we can also kind of go in, and we'll look at the more popular one here, our USDT chart, or USDT charts kind of looks the same here. And also with that, I mean, this is probably maybe the most bullish chart you'll see right now, in my opinion, of saying that, hey, if we for the bull market people to be right, like we are in a bull market, we could sit there and say potentially USDT has topped out, and we'll find out about that. But there's always a chance that we can break higher and go higher. Just because we got up to all-time highs and we're getting rejected right now doesn't mean we come back in, we put a higher, we don't come back in, put in a higher low, and then break out up to the top side. Because on the weekly time frame, we still are looking, the SMA 50 is pointing up, the SMA 200 is pointing up, and we still haven't got a bullish crossover, which once we get the bullish crossover, that could mark the end of the bear market on the weekly time frame, in a way that I kind of look at, kind of like the golden slap, but in a very high time frame.
Right. And that would signal that maybe we're moving on into a bull market. So are there things that you can look for, signals that you can look for in the charts to help confirm whether we're in a bull market, bear market, or within a bear market in a bear market rally. This is really, really helpful, guys. Not many people have these tools and this way of analyzing and looking at charts. And this is called playing chess. Okay, this is playing chess. This is setting yourself up to be better than a lot of other traders, to have the edge, because they're sort of in the moment. They're not zooming out. A lot of people are, they're looking at posting shorts or longs, and they're right beneath or right above the 1-day 9. So there's so many things to take into consideration when you're going to be going into a trade. And these are just some of the basics that you guys should all map out. And it's kind of like a cheat sheet, right? Like that Rob has come up with. So New Earth Guardian. I love those emojis. You too, Jeannie. The bees. We're the hive. The hive is a collective, and we all help each other get better together. And I love that so much. So welcome to the show. And yeah, it's looking very, very interesting. So potentially we're in the midst of that mini altcoin season, bear market rally, whatever you want to call it. Altcoins are pumping right now, and we're riding the wave. And so just use that chart as potential gauge as to how long this could go on.
Yep. So now we're going to jump into a little bit lower time frame here. So what can we expect lower time frame? So we've been keeping up with the 4-hour chart in the group, and it's been moving extremely slow. We nailed some longs on it with things not working out, but our biggest change right now is we have a bullish change of character. Coming back down to the bullish order block and retesting it and going up higher would be a great thing. Now, this is where I'm going to get a little bit more bearish. Now, the altcoins are popping pretty nicely with these little moves to the upside, which is awesome. So we're gonna go with that. Altcoins, and that's because that's what the charts have been showing us. Altcoins are stronger than Bitcoin. So a little move up now, and Bitcoin seems to be launching some tokens 20-30%, which we caught some of them in group as well too. Right. Now, this is where I'm gonna sit there and play a little bit more of a low time frame bear on Bitcoin. So that same idea I just showed you guys with the US dominance chart, I'm going to go ahead and use the parallel, connect these two pivots right here, and I'm going to pull this up right here. And we're going to be looking at a rising wedge going up into here. This could be a rising channel, or it might turn into some sort of wedge or something like that at some point here. We'll find out. But it looks like it's going to print the same thing. And this has a 68% chance to break to the downside. So we may print a rising wedge all the way up to like the 75K area, potentially to this bearish order block at the 78K area. So we may have a slow print up to that area, and we'll be paying attention to that as well too.
Right. So another way to go ahead and gauge your altcoin trades is, okay, what's Bitcoin doing within this lower time frame stuff, and where is it in this potential rising wedge, right? So like, yeah, rising channel, guys. Like this is kind of like part of the analysis that'll help you be successful, so much more successful on a lot more of your trades, is understanding this bigger picture and then zooming into the smaller time frames. So Rob is helping us with this actively in group, telling us when to move our stops to break even. And, as things go along, he's there to guide us. And it's been absolutely phenomenal. We've been crushing it. It's been a lot of fun trading. So if you're not in there, get in there. We're going to be doing some trading this weekend. We're going to be having some fun, as each and every day we do. And guys, I've been saying that everybody who's already in the group can expect some really fun things coming up soon, and some exclusive access, discounts, etc. So you want to make sure you're in the group and that you're trading on our partner link to be eligible for giveaways and trading competitions and that kind of thing. So the link to that is in the description, so you can get into our Telegram with the verification bot, as well as our BYDFI referral link. And yeah, we would love to have you join us in the hive, because we're stronger together. And I cannot wait. So that being said, so Bitcoin, I see you're mapping out like maybe some fractal stuff here.
Yep, I'm just sitting there saying, if we do kind of the same thing that we did last time, we might just print the same kind of fractal, make some sort of a messy bear flag type thing, which we're kind of already in, where we go kind of like this right here, and altcoins get to run while Bitcoin's doing that. But once it's over and comes down. And it's crazy that I just made that fractal, because I haven't done it yet. And I just made this fractal here. We kind of get up to that 70, like this fractal shows that kind of we get up to that 75K area, 77K, potentially up to this bearish order block, 78K. And then what level have a lot of people have been saying, which is kind of crazy, because we also sit on a group that we have potentially going there. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. $41,000, 40K.
Yeah. And there's that 40K again. We keep seeing that in multiple places. So it's an interesting thing to keep in mind for those of you who are long-term investors as well, potentially getting a better entry, setting some limit orders. That's what I'm doing. So I do want to grab some Bitcoin for long-term. And, I'm seeing it as an opportunity. And if you don't have the cash to get in right now, well, let's go out and get it, right? Let's work extra shifts. I don't know. I think this is the time now to stay laser focused, to set a plan, stick to it, and do anything you possibly can to take advantage of this opportunity. That's exactly what I'm doing at the moment, and I think that that's a really powerful thought. Instead of thinking, about how your bags are down or how you could have done it better, let's start to do it better by learning how to trade, compounding those gains, and stacking those sats, getting more Bitcoin. That's it. That's it. If we know where this is headed, then no reason to stress, right? Like, let's just focus on doing better on the trading at the moment. So Amanim is asking 40K Bitcoin, roughly time frame.
Time frame, I would say by end of year. I mean, I'm going with the 4-year cycle plan. So by mid-year to end of year. So when does the bottom cycle actually hit? And we hit accumulation. That doesn't mean we take right off. We said in the other, I think we don't start taking off until the start of next year, just due to the monthly chart. I think we went over in one of the other things, but I'll go ahead and show you that real quick here. Let's go ahead to the 1 month chart. I'm not in the index one, so we have to go to the index right here. So this is something to basically kind of look at here. And the reason we kind of map this out here, and this is just a very simple chart. If you have TradingView, you can kind of look at yourself here. Let's go ahead and close this one here, close this one here, close this one here. And whenever you look at it, whenever you get into the bottom, this is basically bottom out, has been going sideways for a bit. And whenever you start taking off is whenever your Stosh RSI goes above 20, which would be this level here, this level here, this level here. And that typically, we mapped it out on another chart here. We mapped out time-wise. And last time we said that was in the beginning of July. So we might not, we might be in the bottom before, in my opinion, we'll hit bottom before July, but we don't start doing our uptrend until we get into July, start of next year.
Right. So that's roughly the time frame. If where history has anything to do with it, doesn't repeat but often rhymes. And otherwise, we'll be just keeping an eye on those other charts and key critical levels to confirm otherwise. So yeah, we could be a while here in this sort of phase. And so guys, plan accordingly, right? Get ready for this. Get prepared for it. Maybe potentially getting out of some of the altcoins as we have this altcoin run. If you're under, just think about a strategy and a plan. That's all I'm saying. And we will be launching our course very, very soon with the how to trade the bull and bear markets like a pro for investors, as well as all of Rob's strategies broken down and made very simple, very easy for anybody to understand them and be able to apply them.
Yep, and I mean, just another chart we'll be updating in the group as well too. Whenever we start seeing our DCA signals come on in the 4-year cycle, we'll be posting that and doing reminders on as well too. So once this is all based on time right here, so once those come on, we'll post that up in chart as well too. We'll post that up in group so everybody knows, hey, 4-year cycle. If you're a 4-year cycle believer, the 4-year cycle is saying this is the time you start basically a DCA. So we're going to be paying attention to that as well too in the group as well.
Yeah. And what's interesting about the 4-year cycle is it's not native to Bitcoin, guys. Like the stock market often follows a 4-year cyclical cycle. It's more macro, right? So Bitcoin was launched off the 2008 crash depression. The theory is that it's just sort of following liquidity cycles, not so much just because of the halving, right? So it also seems to line up with liquidity cycles in the world in general. So that being said, if that liquidity cycle has somehow been pushed back or made different due to the pandemic and all the loans and the things like that, then maybe it could be different. Time will tell. But other than that, we're just probably still following the same macro process and the same macro cycle. So,
yeah, I mean, that is very true. The stock market definitely does have a 4-year cycle in it. We have presidents every 4 years. We change out things. The dates for the same for the FOMC meetings are all the same. So there's definitely cycles involved with that one there. And whoever launched Bitcoin, they timed it very well. Whenever they put it out, the timing of it was perfect. So so they must have known, in my opinion, they knew what they were doing, and they timed it very well with the Bitcoin halvings. That was, in my opinion, they all pre-planned that one with the bigger cycles in play. So I don't think it was launched at that time for any different, for just at a random time. I think it was launched at a perfect timing whenever Bitcoin came out.
Right. And so Al-Munim, yes, according to the 4-year cycle plan, until proven otherwise, or we get new information, or Bitcoin breaks above key critical levels, one of them being $100,000, right? Like, so we just got to keep our eye on that. And if we see something different, then of course we'll pivot. But until then, we will just go with the fact that this is what's happened in history. So this is what we're going to prepare for.
Yep. So, I mean, I don't want to add in there. I don't want to add my own thoughts into it, because anytime somebody adds their own thoughts, or they think something's different, you end up sitting there saying, oh yeah, it's going to be different. And then you don't play it. Then you try playing it differently. Then the same thing just happens over again. And it's like, oh, I always knew the rules that whatever, like the history may rhyme, may not be exactly look the same, but it may rhyme. Like every bull cycle, when you look at this, every bull cycle looked a little bit different, but it all rhymed. It was all timing about the same way. So that's
Right.
kind of my thing. It might look a little bit different. Some are more parabolic, like these two. This one is less parabolic, gave us a double top type of scenario. This one here was kind of a slow rise, but it was very steady. It was just, everyone was a little bit different.
Right. Yeah. So again, they don't repeat, but they do rhyme, and this gives us something to go off of, right? And if it is that, guys, the worst case scenario is that later this year we start a bull market. That's what this is telling us. That's not that bad. We've been through, a lot of it already, and it's just a little bit more patience. And we did look at one chart where we had two phenomenal altcoin cycles, and now two cycles that have not been great for altcoins. So maybe, just maybe, looking at patterns, we could have another altcoin cycle going into the next 2 years. Good altcoin cycles. So that's just picking out patterns. Rob is actually phenomenal at spotting patterns, at being able to analyze different things in the charts and just sort of point them out, right? And whether they play out or not, we follow them and we understand, and we group them together to get that confluence, come up with our thought process.
Yep. So, I mean, if you're worried on timing, jump in the group, because we'll be reposting these charts whenever it's good. And we have multiple ones. We just don't go off of one. Like we have this one, that's quantitative hiking. We have this one here, which is a very good one for knowing whenever this turns. So if we get that in the bull market, once we have the DCA go on and this turns red right here, that's gonna be marking us. That's gonna be confluence. So this one here, this was our signal that, hey, the bear market started right here. We had our last rally here, which is not as high as we wanted, but we went over this chart here as well too. So there's multiple ideas out there, and we use different confluences to sit there and see if they say the same thing. And there's this one right here, which we haven't really gone over too much on the lives just yet, but this is another one we'll be watching as well too. This just, so the bear market starts when this turns red. So this just started turning red not too long ago, and we may be going down some more. And once we get well beneath here, we'll be looking for the other confluences here and see how well we are beneath. But once this turns green, that means bull market's back on. Doesn't give you tops and bottoms, but it kind of tells you the trend trains, stuff like that. So there's just multiple charts that we'll be paying attention to. And as we see more, as we find more and we learn more, because I'm always doing research, always studying, and I'm always adding confluence, and I'm always getting better. That's one of my jobs as a trader and leader, is always to get better, always get, not using the exact same things all the time, but we always are looking to get better in the market. And you add to our confluence, and anything we can add to your tools that has a good high win rate, we always add to it.
Absolutely. And Amanim says he's planning to grab good bags of Say and Plume if we're heading to the 4-year cycle plan. Very large bags. Well, all I will say on that is, Amanim, don't forget about Rob's strategy that saved a lot of people from 30 to 50% drawbacks when they thought that, the low is in for a certain token. It'll help you be able to time your entries better and potentially save a lot of money if you're accumulating, during the bear market.
I mean, my biggest thing is too, is on these small caps. I know they sound very, very nice right now. I know the FA is pretty good on it, but I've seen a lot of other tokens that had great FA that are no longer listed on exchanges. They disappeared. They had a lot of good hype on it. It just disappeared. You never know what during the next cycle. You don't know what's going to come out. It might have a lot bigger rally. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you be ready for those new tokens that are not out yet, that we don't know about. That's the one thing that my old mentor taught me was, which this cycle really proved it to me as well too, is sometimes the old tokens, like every cycle, there's a new hype, there's a new this, there's the next best thing. Don't know what it is. You have no clue. You can't guess. Whenever it comes out, it comes out. You just got to be quick and be fast on it. So I'm always watching things that are trending, always sitting there trying to get ideas and stuff like that. So we don't know what for the next bull market. We don't know what the next best thing is going to be at that time for crypto, but just be ready for that as well too. That's something I have a warning about, because we don't know how low the other tokens will go. If they have a good rally right now, awesome, we'll get it. But if they don't, they don't. So be paying. Also, I pay attention to the unlocks. Let's make sure they don't have any cliffs or anything like that for big sell-offs as well too.
Right. Yeah. Those are all things to keep in mind, because It's also happened to me where I am a long-term investor, but I'm seeing now I have a trading portfolio and long-term portfolio, and I'm seeing now that you really do save yourself from a lot of downside by using the mechanical rules of the 1 day 9 and a lot of the stuff that Rob teaches, right? And that way you can save yourself from a lot of those drawdowns and be able to buy more of that token as it goes lower, or just potentially wait and see, like Rob said, what is going to have like the best narrative for the next cycle, etc. So yeah, like let's go ahead and take a look at Plume. I think that'd be an interesting example.
Yeah, I need to get a different PO. I have the BYDFI. I need a little bit longer history than BYDFI. Also, if you guys get TradingView, make sure you get in the group. We did just post a whole list of everything on BYDFI, so you guys can have that list already all plugged up and ready to go, and you just put it onto your chart.
Right. A lot of traders were asking us for, because we're trading with BYDFI, do they have TradingView and they lists, and now they do. So you can access those now, and you can trade on our links now and be eligible for those giveaways, for those bonuses. We do message sometimes members with random bonuses that have been contributing to the group and trading on our link. So you want to be able to make sure you're doing that, guys. It does support the channel, and it just enters you into a raffle for a whole lot of good stuff. So yeah. We're progressing nicely with that. And now I've heard several people talk about Plume. So let's have a look here.
All right. So I had to find the right chart here. There's one I knew out here. So one thing I always pay attention to is the listing price on which exchange gives one here, listing candle, which is one right over here. The most bullish thing I'm seeing right now is this October wick was filled up. So we could sit there and say this could be a good buy already. We may be in it. That's the one thing I'm liking right here is buyers had there was stink buys right down here that got filled, and it's looking like since it got down there that we may not go a little bit lower. Personally, I did want to see a bigger drop from that level. I wanted to see another for me to sit there and just add a bag to. I did want to see. Let me go ahead and put it here. Let me find it. I was hoping for another good 30-25% pullback from this level, but it looks like we're not getting it as of right now. So we're going to go ahead and look at our indicators here. The week, this is the 3-day time frame, so this is a pretty big time frame. Very, very good on the Stosh RSI. Let's look at the RSI. Let's go ahead and do a little bit closer here. We did say that we would be. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's really cool, bud. Son just got home from school. So this right here has a higher low right here. So we do have 3-day bullish divergence. And you see that blue line on my chart as well too?
Yeah.
That's a bullish divergence, which I'm not sure if anybody can see it, but I'm going to zoom in on it. So right here, that is a bullish divergence from Lux Algo as well too. So from the 3-day chart, it's standing that we are having a potential good ready for if we have a bear market rally, this might be ready for a big move on it. MACD is already bullishly crossed over, so it could just keep going up as well too. Let's go ahead and now look at the 1-day chart, and let's turn on the 1 day 9 and see where that's at. Right now, we have actually just broke above it, and we have today will be our next confirmation that we are over the 1 day 9. So according to my mechanical rules, longs are going to have a better probability of playing out than shorts. So with that being said, let's go ahead and turn this off of log mode to see what it looks like. Look at that giant wick right there. That's crazy. That's on KuCoin. KuCoin,
yeah, wow.
tokens. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at volume. I don't have volume turned on my chart. That's also very important. Let's see what the volume looks like on that break. All right. So now that we kind of look at it, we did have some volume kind of starting to go up in this area. So I like that. Let's go ahead and look in the 4-hour chart. Yeah, volume is starting to pick up on it. It looks like we may be going into, in my opinion, we'll see if we, after today's close, we may come back down and bullishly retest the 1 day 9 area. I'm going to go ahead and go back in that 1-day chart. With this big candle wick right here, we're not going to have a fair value gap. And it looks like we don't have a fair value gap. So let's go ahead and we'll go into the 12-hour chart and see what that looks like. All right, so I'm liking the 12-hour chart to base a trade off more than the 1-day chart, just due to there isn't as large of a wick. Let's go ahead now. We could turn on some of our other indicators here. So this is one thing we're going to have to be careful on. This could be a bearish change of character up in this area entry. But if we start getting volume, there is a high probability that we could break that if we start our bear market rally and get up to our, I'm going to say, Looks like supply zones right about in this. Let's see here, 35%, 40%. So we're going to say this is about supply zone. So it looks like we could be getting a decent run of, if we get a little pullback, of 56 to 81%. Now, if things get really hot and really spicy and things start going crazy and it starts getting some good strong volume and we get the 10x Phoenix play out, which we basically are at the 10x Phoenix. This is one of our 10x Phoenix picks in there, and we hold above the 1-day 9. This is where I can sit there and say you can use the 1-day 9 as a following stop loss, basically, and we can sit there and do that. If this kind of breaks out this trend line and starts getting massive volume is what I'm going to be looking for, because this here, I could sit there and see people analyzing this, saying this strong reversal wedge right here. This could easily, in my opinion, turn into, if it gets the volume that, what you call it, up to this level right here, a 500% run on the bear market rally potentially if it starts getting strong volume.
Wow, that's a gem right there, guys. Already above the 1-day 9. I know there's a lot of people looking at it, a lot of traders, a lot of eyes on it. And yeah, it looks like we could be gearing up for a pretty nice run here. So if you want to see that chart posted in real time and updated in real time, you got to get it in the group. Now, a lot of you guys are coming into the support channel, but you're not signing up. So I don't know if you're having trouble getting into the group or what's going on, but do feel free to message us, DM us. I do have our telegrams there in the video and in the chat. Now I've linked directly to the bot. So you just go down to the link in the description. You'll go to our verification bot, and that'll take you to our bot, and it'll say start on the top right-hand side. You sign up for BYDFI. You don't need to copy and paste our affiliate link. That's already in there. You just sign up to your to the BYDFI with your Gmail. There's no KYC. And then you copy and paste your user ID and you hit verify. If you've already signed up for our affiliate link, all you have to do is copy and paste your user ID. You hit start and then you copy and paste your user ID down below. So then you'll be in, guys. Then you'll be in. And if you don't get your bonus automatically after you've deposited any amount and transferred that to your futures account, don't forget, if you don't get your bonus right away, just DM Rob or I. You'll see our usernames inside the Hive. And we are 500 plus members strong, guys. We are going to crush it. We're doing amazing, and we just want to keep growing with all of you. So you better get in there if you want to be able to get that bonus and be eligible for some giveaways that are coming up in the very near future. So yeah.
Yes, 100%. And just a little bit extra on Plume here. Look at the 1-day chart. We broke out of this falling channel. We are now putting in a higher high. If this comes back down and retest it and confirms that retest, that will potentially be the next best entry in the 1-day time frame. And there is a school of traders that sit there and use that will draw patterns on the RSI over the price action and use this instead as well too. So you always like checking that out as well too. To sit there and see what those school of traders do. Because the more eyes that are on it, the more people that are building bullish ideas on it, the higher probability it's going to play out as well too.
All right. So there you go. You actually just got a 10x Phoenix pick right here on the YouTube channel as a freebie. Thank you for tuning in each and every day. Not only a 10x Phoenix, that might play out over a longer time, but also just a phenomenal run right here in this bear market potential rally. So now you have the setup. If you want to get updates in real time, you've got to get in the group, guys, and join the Hive. I want to see all your bees emojis. I love that, guys. I love that. And, we've having a very, very special Crypto and Cocktails Friday. I hope all your Fridays are going well. I hope everybody's going to do something over the weekend, go touch some grass. We are going to have some fun trading potentially. So just jump in and ride that wave with us, guys. And, we're ready. We're ready. We're prepared for any scenario. Now we have all of our scenarios on the list. And we're ready to crush it, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything's looking bullish. Like we have Pengu in the group as well too as a breakout trade right here. Right now we got to our first resistance, which is basically TP1 here. We're gonna see if we can break out on that one here. So if you took entry on this, you should already be up about 10% on it, and it's a bullish change of character now. So if we get rejected down right now, we're going to be looking for a new entry that comes back down to here and fills this bullish order gap in FVG, and we might be getting some good entries on PENGU.
Yeah, Pengu, guys, they just did an integration with Visa to be able to spend your Pengu. I know a lot of people got airdrops from, the NFTs. I myself did as well. And now they get to spend them on the card, and they get to buy them and use them and potentially get discounts with it. It's really, really cool. So a lot of things happening with Pengu, and a lot of people are paying attention to it.
Yep. So there's a lot of, these are some setups that we have posted out in group that are just getting started. Yes, you can, buddy. So there's just a lot of good tokens. They're looking strong here. Now the question is, we come back, like a lot of them are looking in the 4-hour time frame. They've got bullish change or a bullish change of character, Chach. And if we get those entries, those will be our next best entries. Right now, I'm just going through, like we have a big list to go through that we just posted in group. Let me go ahead and shut my door because my son opened it.
Yeah, guys, and a lot of the coins are coming down. They might make a retest on that 1-day 9, and that's a really, really great place to get entry oftentimes. So we're posting a lot of those in the group as well.
Yeah, we'll be posting those. We'll be posting now the change of character entries as well, too, which are pullback entries. So if you don't know what that is, get in the group so you can learn what it is. I'm not going to teach that here on live, but this is like our list over here that we just posted in group. That this is everything on BYDFI that we could be that we're going to be trading, that we're going to be looking at, posting charts on, and everything's just looking very, very. There's just a lot of tokens that we're going to be trading that we're going to have alerts set on. Once the alert goes off, we're going to post it in group and be ready for the next trade. That's basically it. So we have all types of traders in there. This is one of the ones that we nailed in group as well too, is deep. So this one went all the way up to the bearish order block and we got rejected, but we bought it down here and we got way up here. A few people got that in group as well too. There's a lot of strong tokens. This one here, I just posted it in group and I was like, of course my, it says foaming in, but it's supposed to be foaming. It's the spell checker on there, but it's the breakout level. And as soon as I posted it, it was down to here. I'll find the group later. You guys can join the group and see it. But as soon as I posted it, I said, look at the eyes on this token because all the volume on it. And you see how it just shot right up right here. That's a breakout level. So if it comes back down and retest it, there's a good chance that comp could be going all the way up to at least about $27 on these bearish order blocks. So comp's looking really strong. So we're looking for tokens with volume on it. And whenever you get tokens with volume on it, that's whenever you start getting strong moves. They're the ones that move the fastest, the most gains, and usually the easiest trade. We don't get stopped out as much. So we'll be looking for those type tokens throughout the weekend and throughout this bear market rally that we're getting here, or suckers rally. So, and make some profits off of it.
Very nice, guys. Who wants to ride that wave with us? Who wants to come make some profits, have a fun trading weekend? I'm ready for it. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm going to have more of my tea in between workouts and training, which I'm super dedicated to right now. You guys, I hope you're having a wonderful week and you're going to have a great weekend and get in the group. That's all I can say. And I want to see all of your results and I want you guys to show up in the chat and let's just do this together. We've been having a lot of fun and there's a lot of gains to be made right now, so you don't want to miss out on those. And that's it. Rob, any last words?
Stay diligent. Just be ready for some good, strong gains, but don't be afraid to take profits. And don't call it a bull market until it's confirmed as a bull market. Follow the rules. And what confirms a bull market, we'll go over that on the next show on whenever you can call a bull market, just like we did whenever we called the bear market. Buddy, not right now. Whenever we call the bear market a bear market, we gave the reasons why, by definition, what a bear market is, and we'll go over that on the next live for what a bull market is, so we could be ready to call it a bull market when it is.
Absolutely. So we'll be keeping you updated on that in real time on the show. We'll tune in again on Monday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a good one. I'm sure a lot will have happened. Guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Give us a shout out in the Hive. Let us know what you're doing, and we'll see you on Monday.
One more thing, Megan.
Okay, well, one more thing, guys. You keep just in the nick of time.
What are you guys all drinking? This is cocktails. I am drinking my moonshine.
That's right. We forgot to go over what we're drinking. I'm drinking tea, but Rob is having a little bit more fun, I think. What are you drinking, Rob?
Moonshine. Apple pie.
Moonshine. Woo! You know, I think we should do this like a study, like every time you drink moonshine, what happens in the market? Maybe it's a bullish thing.
It is. I gotta get ready for this. I gotta get ready for that bull trading here. Go big, you know what I mean? Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. I like it. I like it. What are you guys drinking? I didn't hear from any of you what you're drinking today. So make sure you comment under the YouTube so people know the crypto and cocktails Fridays are a lot of fun, and this is where the magic happens. So yeah, moonshine it is. I mean, that's just a signal if I've ever seen one. So that's it, guys. That's it. We're tuning out. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.